what's going on?
Sorry, Lee.
Welcome, Mr. Salon.
What's happening, Jake?
Mr. Salon. Yeah. What'd you think of tonight's show, Lee?
Why don't we start recording?
Oh, we're recording
Yeah.
already. I mean, that we're past.
What do I
With
think?
us, we can start talking.
I thought it
Edit
was
it out.
alright. It was alright. I don't know. I don't really think that. Let's see. Let me look at it for a second. I mean, there wasn't anything like super special. I was definitely waiting for that calm before the storm and was pumped to get that shit. I don't know. Chumbawamba was cool. It was a decent show. Nothing special though.
Wumbo was cool.
I think
That's like, look, that's something that not a lot of people have said since like 1997.
I think that this show is fourth place for the 4 shows that they had so far. But I wasn't there, so
Yeah, look, it's always easy to be critical when you weren't there, but definitely tub thumping. Sorry, I'm just seeing it for the first time, so I'm just reacting, and I'm like, that is just another Backstreet Boy-esque encore, and I love it. You know what I mean? Like, that's an encore that comes from nowhere. Thing like, get the fuck out of here for a second. That's crazy. That's such a silly, funny, fun fucking thing to do. I love it. That's awesome.
What up,
Just saying.
Jake? How was work?
Just working away my life. But we are recording and we are back with another episode of Flockast. We got good old Lee Mels with
Lee
us.
Leeyagi in the house.
And as always, our co-host and his birthday today, Mr. Colin Long. What's going on?
Thank you, gentlemen. If there's one thing on my birthday I'd be excited to do, it's a Flockcast. So thank you, Lee, for staying up late. I know you're an old man, and you know it's hard to stay up these days. So I appreciate you making the time. And then Jake, as always, thanks a lot, because I feel like there's been a lot that's happened over the last couple of weeks. You know, the circus. I feel like the train has left the station. The circus, the clowns, there's juggling, I saw an elephant, I saw a bearded lady. I don't even know. There's a lot going on, but the Frasco Dogs Pigeons tour is in full frickin' swing. And Lee, I know you were there. I feel like the hype is real.
Oh, definitely. Wait, first I just want to say thank you, and it's an honor to be here on your birthday. Like that you chose me out of anyone in the flock, so the haters can hate on that shit for that comment. But anyway, yeah, dude.
Jenny will be so mad. She's gonna be
Yeah,
like, "Fuck Lee."
totally impressed with the tour. Um, I definitely want 2 sets every night of pigeons, but it is what it is. And but I felt like they were going to play like festival sets, and I feel like every set hasn't been a festival set. It's been a regular pigeon set. I mean, it's not 2 sets, but it's a full-fledged 1 set and then some. And the encores have all been fire. And I've dissed Andy for years, and every set that he had was entertaining. And Sean Eccles, his guitar player, is a fucking madman.
Dude, they'll make you feel stupid for hating, man. They're gonna make you feel stupid for hating because they're such a good time, man. When I saw them, I know I said this when I saw them in Miami with Dogs a couple weeks ago. I fell back in love with Frasco. I'm like, I get why everyone fucking loves this guy. Like, it's hard not to,
He
dude.
puts on a party.
He's so fun. He's so just the energy, the love. Like, it's a lot going on in that show. And yeah, so look, I feel you.
Well, you know my deal. Like I'm there early, so 3 nights in a row, 3 days, I should say, in a row, I ran into Andy and Lloyd, whose birthday was like Saturday. I think Lloyd is not Saint. I know Lloyd is the bass player for Andy Frasco in the UN, and he's just what up?
Floyd.
Nah, it's
Isn't
with an
his name
L.
Floyd? That
Is
his
it?
name was.
No, Floyd. Lloyd.
Oh, okay.
You're right. It probably is Floyd.
Tonight we were
Fucking
way
A.
off.
But yeah, dude, he was hanging out, and like I chatted with him a little bit. And it was just like it was cool. They were entertaining. They definitely, they're not a jam band, but they put on a show and they do some cool
But they're a
covers.
band that jams and they put on a really good show,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
really fun about it. And that's kind of what I got is that, Lee, it was kind of funny. We were joking about the Asbury show, not Asheville, as I said in the last episode. Asbury. I'll correct my. As soon as I put that out, I was like, "Son of a bitch!" But anyway, uh, but yeah, like that show was so great. But then I saw you live streaming, and then all of a sudden I got the notification that there was also a live stream, and I was like, "Oh, amazing!" And it was cool that there was actually a Dogs Frasco and Pigeons live stream of that show on the first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Wasn't expecting it at all, but the sound for like the first 25 minutes was kind of like too hot, so it cooled off a little bit after the 25-minute mark. But I was listening to Lee's anyways because it sounded better to begin with. But I ended up not ending finishing Lee's stream, but was able to re-listen to the past 3 shows. Shout out to Dylan for
Yeah.
getting those shows up so quick. But I thought the Asbury Park shows were
That was my
they
favorite.
they came out with
That was my look from home. I did obviously I wasn't there for each of them. I think I would say it was 1, 2, 3 for the first nights if I was going to rank them just from home. But Levitt was good. But I thought Sail On, Hell Yeah, Ocean Flows. You go to that set of that first night, and I'm like, they came out
I mean, dude.
guns blazing, pew pew pew. Like it was a ocean themed set. Lee, as soon as they broke into that Miyagi, did we just lose Lee? Right when I'm giving him the shout out right there. Fuck.
yeah,
Here he comes.
yeah.
And
He's
he's
back.
back.
Dude, the app just fucking closes out of nowhere. Sorry.
I don't know. But anyway, that whole set in night one I thought was just all gas, no brakes. When they closed that Leeyagi, and I see like in the back of the crowd, there was like a mosh pit that broke out. I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude. That's like
We're gonna.
that's a fire.
I wanted to say, obviously, Jake, you're gonna say that night one's the best. Fucking Sail On to start, and I fucking called that shit in the little pool thing. But
I'm not saying it because of that. I just thought they were ready to play that
I
night,
think
just by their
out of
energy.
all
Look,
three
they've been on
shows,
the sidelines for a minute. They've been waiting to play.
yeah,
Look, they've had some gaps. They had this whole year. They only had Harrisburg. They've played between then and now. So all right, they're at the ocean. They're like, all right, we got some water theme songs. You know, let's bring the heat. Like that Poseidon, I will say, like, ah man, just watching it from home. I think that like the end of that whole set, where they went from like the world to Poseidon, beneath the surface, Horizon, Miyagi, like that was a well thought out, well planned set. I thought.
definitely for sure. I agree. I just feel like when I look at the shows, and if I look at the set list alone, I think the second night was better. But I'll wait until we talk about Levitt Pavilion, unless you want to just
Yeah,
jump in.
Levitt's a cool spot though. I think look, there's two things. It's kind of cool. Like I have a friend of mine who I met on a train from Trenton to MS or to Penn Station to go to MSG, and I met her and her husband, and I've just now become friends with them forever. Right, we're just on a train to go see fish, and then she was there, and she was posting pictures of her kids. They're on the beach watching the show, but they're not at the show. They just brought their kids down. They're running around the beach and they're having fun in the sand and just kind of like enjoying like free show. I was like, that's kind of a cool thing about that outdoor summer stage, like, is because you can be there and just watch it from really anywhere.
Yeah, last year I was there for
Yeah, I saw. Oh, I just saw. I think Laura's photo from their hotel. Like out their window, you could sit. at your hotel and
Yeah,
watch the show.
it's right across the street. They had the same hotel last year when Goose played there, July 4th. And after like the fifth song, I left and put my chair on that lawn that's outside and just sat and listened because it was so fucking hot. And I'm like, dude, if I can't be on the rail, if I'm 30 rows back, I'll just rather be sitting in my chair. So that's what I did for the Goose Show.
Wait, that's not the real reason you left after 5 songs at a Goose Show. It was too hot. No, I'm just joking with you. But that Beneath the Surface on from the Stone Pony, I'm
What the
digging
key?
really hard when they go in. Yeah, well, that when they go into the jam, they do something that would for the first time they haven't done before on that, and it's just groovy, dude. I really enjoyed that.
And I feel like they've been doing that for a lot of songs,
Yeah,
like, just jumping ahead a little bit, but, like these 10-minute My Own Ways, let me tell you, I'm here for these.
I'm here for
I'm here for it. Like, oh, I was spinning the most recent one just this afternoon, and I'm like, ooh, this song is like, I like it in this in this range. I think they have a lot to do with it.
it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking about tonight's set list. I was like, this is kind of like some classic Pigeons. You've got some pop off and stuff like that, and I'm just really want to hear these new songs jammed out and see where they're going to go with these things.
Yeah.
That's why I really like that first show that they did.
Yeah, I thought overall, and then the Born to Run Like Hell, Born to Run Like Hell, as they're calling it. I thought it was a great encore. It makes me really remember there was when I took my buddy, is a friend of mine from high school in Australia, to his first Pigeons show at Westville. He
Yeah.
was bored as hell, texting the whole time. I was getting so mad at him. I'm like, put your damn phone down, pay attention. Like, I was getting irritated. And he was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden they broke into Born to Run, and he just like turns around, comes sprinting back down the aisle, and all of a sudden he is just going crazy because I'm just like, perfect. Have your moment. And I'm like, this is right. Like, you got your taste, but I love when they do that. Greg goes crazy on, that. And it makes sense because they're in Asbury. So, they're not Nashville. They're in Asbury. But they're there, and the boss, that's his territory. It's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest fan of Bruce Springsteen. I mean, I respect him because he's a legend.
Oh, well,
Same.
on that
And
point, while we're waiting for him to dial back in, it was funny because one time I was living overseas and I was doing karaoke, and I was like, oh, I'll sing a song. And I'm like, oh, I'll sing a Bruce Springsteen song. And I started to sing one, and then here comes Lee back.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just. You want to go right back to what I was saying? Yeah, Bruce is weak in my opinion because he's just regular rock. But it was a good cover, like it always is. I like that it went into Run Like Hell, and
But we figure it's going to be like at this point every night they're doing, bring everybody
yeah,
on stage for covers.
yeah,
So you just figure, it's going to be an encore cover. Each night they've done a different one, and I think that's all right. Cool. If that's what you come to expect. Awesome.
I actually ran into Ben the second night in Connecticut and was like, "Yo, uh, Master Blaster would be perfect encore because you need horns." Da, da, da. I don't even know it was Ben, but then eventually, like the next night,
Could have been just a guy at a coffee shop. I don't know. It was
no, it
Ben
was
or just like
definitely
some
one
dude.
of the band members. And then the next night, I think Gator was saying that him and Jeremy were talking about it, and Jeremy's like, "That actually is a perfect choice for like one of their encores." So I don't know, it'd be dope if they did it, but hopefully I'm there when they
It
do.
could have been Gator or just like a barista at the
No, no, it was
Chipotle.
definitely.
I don't know, just any guy.
Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay.
Well, this all sounds super sourcey, and I think they're definitely going to play a Master Blaster at least tomorrow or the next day.
All right, are we gonna get into the second show?
Yeah, how was that venue,
In
Lee?
Connecticut or Asbury Park? Are we jumping to Connecticut
Connecticut,
now?
West.
The venue in Connecticut, I've been
Connecticut.
there once before. It's a really nice venue. Um, I didn't have VIP that night, so I was super anxious and like fucking I don't know. I wasn't okay until I was on the rail, and that wasn't until Pigeon set because I didn't have the VIP, so I was behind people. And then eventually, once uh, Andy went off, two people or a family actually that we had hung with the whole show. They're like, "We're leaving after Andy," and I'm like, "All right, perfect." So we jump right in. But
So
dude,
real talk
go ahead. I'm
though,
sorry.
hold on, the anxiety that Lee feels when he doesn't know if he'll have the rail, I felt. So when we were going to the Ardmore shows before night 2 Ardmore, Lee wasn't sure if we can get on the rail, and I was like, Lee, I'll get us on the rail. I'll figure it out. And his anxiety was at a 10 because he wanted so bad to be on the rail. Like, brother, I'll figure it out. I got this. And Lee, what did I get?
We were
What did I
we were
get?
at a high top, dude, right in front of Greg.
It's right. We got on the rail. I got him there, but
Dude,
man, I felt this
sitting on
guy
a fucking high
when he
top. How many people have done that in their life?
when he doesn't know he's on the rail, the anxiety he feels. So I can tell you, I felt it.
Well,
You got to get what he needs.
Hi.
But it was good.
dude, I've been fortunate, man. Seeing them at the 8x10, seeing them at the Ardmore, like, you know, minus like
Look,
a
those are the shows I cherish the most.
yeah, yeah,
Like that, the art shows are some of like the most special pigeon shows that I've ever been to. Like I don't know how to even like classify those against any other shows I've been to.
I just want that super private show. Maybe Will could hook that up. Let's go.
When's will turn 35? Or what's his next birthday? We'll hit him up.
Something like that. I think it's maybe might be next year.
Well, you missed the first one. That's your own fault.
Yeah, it is.
But so the Levitt Pavilion show, going back to, I was there one time. I saw some of those Goose guys play their side project there. It's a great venue. And really, like, honestly, the song I've been listening to the most from this set was the Right Track. And I'll say, damn it, Rudman. He posted some lyrics from Right Track on Facebook like today, yesterday, and all of a sudden just put it in my head. And it's just been stuck. So I'll say, fuck you, Rudman. Thank you very much. I've just been on the right track.
It's a great tune, though. I mean, like catchy.
It's a great song. I love it. I'm just saying, like, he just put it in my head. I'm just like out of nowhere. Now it's just like what's playing through my head.
Oh,
And then
Lee,
Lee,
come
I
on.
know it's fine.
Yeah. Right Track's not my favorite, though,
Really?
honestly.
Now you're
Yeah.
sideways,
Of
Lee.
the three shows, of the three shows, this is probably my least listened to so
Really? I
far.
would have thought, like, from my standpoint, looking at the set list, besides the Skinner Day and Time and Beer cover, I would say that like the night 3 had like the least going for it, and I'm just saying that as like from a harsh standpoint, but it still looks like it has a good show. Like when they did the Real Big Fish beer, like that's killer encore. I was so excited for that,
Yeah.
like that's it reminds me of I don't know if maybe you guys are too young. Lee, you're probably old enough, but the basketball,
Yeah,
Trey Parker,
Yeah.
it's like one of the best movies of all time, and it's just like
That's exactly what I
right.
thought of.
That's where my head
I
goes with
posted
that.
it in
It's like one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just remember from that. And I was at a trade show like 10 years ago, and I happened to walk on to like a stage. Not I walk on a stage, but there was Real Big Fish was playing down the street, and I walked up on Real Big Fish playing at the Power Plant Live in Baltimore. And yeah, I got to see them do that then. So it was just like it was a cool, weird full circle thing, even though I wasn't there for it. I was really there for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I remember them growing up, dude. I used to watch basketball a lot, and as soon as I heard that they played this song, I was like, was so excited just because I love Coop
Yeah.
and fucking Reaver.
Steve Perry.
Yeah. So now are they gonna play a Journey song? What if they played a Journey song? Should have been gone.
Journey, oh, I wouldn't mind. Somebody said in
Greg singing Journey, dude.
the ocean. That would be dope. And then I actually looked it up on Fantasy Tour, and they played the ocean like twice, but it was at that Sergeant, not Sergeant, the dead pigeon night at the 9:30 club, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yo,
So
did we
look,
talk?
moving on. All right, hold
Did
on.
we talk
So
about the
from the
surreal yet?
Levitt, hold on. So I was about to skip over it, but if you want to go on the surreal, because I was like, I was about to touch on the my own way, Julia, but let's back it up. Lee, like, talk to us about this surreal.
I mean, there's nothing. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I mean, it was. It's just I love surreal, so I feel like every time they play it, it's like super special. I forget if it was Jake or Mike that was hating on surreal, but like I love surreal, so every time they play it, I'm fucking super hyped. And walk outside into surreal, it was like, dope. What's that look?
So
You don't
look,
hate?
I love surreal, but here's where my only critique comes up when you have like the one set show. Like, it's like playing surreal like 3.5 songs into a set is early for a surreal, but it's a great song.
Oh, come on.
But I just thought like the placement of it was just they were cramming in to get there early. But I love surreal like a late, like a mid-second set placement. You're getting that sandwich in there. That's where I love to see it like deep in that second set. When they're playing a single set show, it's always kind of hard because surreal is such a great song. How do you fit it in there and really make it fit when it's such a monster song, but you only really have one song to play or one set to play, right? That makes sense.
Sandwich.
You're sandwiching it.
Yeah.
But just jumping ahead 10-minute my own ways and then closing with the Julia, to me, this whole show was about the last two songs. Like I listened to it today and I was like, listen, I skipped everything else. And the last two songs they closed with was it. I love how they closed this show.
Did you listen to the Come Together? That was cool.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, Come Together was cool. It reminded me of whether they played that at Dome Fest, 2022? Lee again, jumping in and out.
What's going
And
on?
he's back.
You guys have iPhones, right?
I'm on a computer.
Oh well, then that's why.
I'm on a
I
computer.
have a fucking PC.
Okay.
Booted me off, dude. I don't know why.
You got an
Either that
iPad or something?
when I tried to connect, it would boot.
Uh,
It would immediately close. So now I download the software on the iPhone, and yeah,
It's fine. I can creatively edit, but also
you could just
carry on.
what I just come and go. It's all good.
It's fine.
yeah, that's great for viewership, Lee.
But no, look, just to talk about the end of the Levitt Pavilion show, like sunny day, comfortably numb, monster segment, no doubt about it. Like Underworld Water, great. Everything else, like I'm not even putting any of it down. Like the surreal, it's great, but I thought like the way they closed that set between like the sunny day into the my own way, 10-minute my own way. We're getting the jammed out my own way, and I think that sounded different than the last one they've done. They're really trying to do something different with it, and then into a bah 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 closing Julia. That's a nice set closer. I think they did
Yeah.
a really good job there.
Definitely, that was a dope show for sure. That venue is really nice. I was at that Arrebolo show also. Yeah, dude, the sunny day was dope. My only thing is that the sunny day 3 weeks before that was ridiculous. I don't even know why they played a sunny day that soon. They should have waited a little bit, but whatever. We'll take it.
Hey, not every sunny day is the brightest, but they try.
Yeah, it's a good point. That last sunny day was bonkers with Eli on it.
Which one was that?
But
Harrisburg.
overall, the
Harrisburg? Okay.
Harrisburg, yeah.
I'm
Like, it's easy to call out shows for this year because they've only played about, what, I don't know, 4 or 5 now.
I'm not a big sunny
It
day
would be nice
person
if I
either.
only worked 5 days this year, but to put a ton of work into those 5 days.
Yeah.
But we're moving on,
You want to go to
moving
the
upwards.
third show?
Moving on,
Fucking Utica.
the Sunday
Yeah,
show,
Utica. Utica? It's Utica. How do you pronounce it?
Utica,
No,
Utica,
Utica. No,
you,
you. No, you.
Utica,
No,
Econo Lodge, right?
you.
Went to check in at like whatever excuse me, it must have been 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. And there wasn't a car in the lot in the Econo Lodge. I'm just like, what?
that's
Is this
nice.
place open? I roll in, like plexiglass in the front. I'm just like, oh my god,
Caution tape,
forget
chalk
everything.
outlines on the floor.
But then the room wasn't bad at all. I
Oh,
mean,
no.
it was fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard Utica was like a bad part of New
Definitely
York. I
get
didn't know what that was about.
I remember Lee, when we were in Texas, and then we went to book the same Days Inn hotel in Austin Airport, and then we both booked the Days Inn Austin Airport, but we booked Days Inn Austin North, and Lee booked Days Inn Austin South.
oh,
So it was the craziest thing. So we all got to check in, and Lee was at a different hotel, 20-minute drive away.
20-minute drive and shitty hotel. Colin was probably way
It
nicer.
was a worse Days In than my Days In. You know,
Yeah,
like I was
Colin's
just like, man, this.
you know, here's my keys. You can go drive, check in, and then bring the car back. I'm like, oh, dude.
I felt so bad, but I'm like, dude, you booked the wrong hotel. I don't know how to blame you, you know. But they were called the same. I mean, this is where I think Expedia or whatever they really fucked up, is because they were both called Days In
Yeah,
Austin Airport.
but different addresses.
2 hotels had the same exact title name, but they're at different addresses. You got to figure someone's gonna at one point be like, "Hey guys, that's wrong.
One of the
You can't do
many,
that."
Yeah, what the
People are gonna screw up.
one of the many pigeon stories that Colin and I have.
I was Jake. I was telling Lee here that I was like, "Oh, we gotta plan an episode where we tell the story of Halloween Daft Side of the Moon." I feel like we haven't even like told that story. Oh my God, Lee's gone again. Son of a bitch.
He's like, let me be on the
I know.
show.
He
And
wants to
then
be
he's
bad
unprepared.
and just
He's complaining that I'm late. And he should be on the show.
I did
this is the best birthday gift I ever have because I can make fun of him forever now because of this.
What were you
From
talking?
now on,
you
it's like,
talking about
yeah, you can stream or whatever, but you know, what could do you have connection?
Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, the Utica show looks good.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I thought it was really like Henrietta, King Kong, War Pigs, King Kong. I thought it really kicked off on the Kiwi. Then it goes Kiwi Skinner, Happy Hour Hero, Day in Time, and then it's just kind of up from there. But I think like the first half was kind of slow start, and then really when they hit that Kiwi is when boom, they go into that kind of like better. And then it was the Mo call out. I think that kind of the Happy Hour Hero was like that kind of Mo, you know, hey, we love you, cool call out, right? So that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And that the Skinner.
That was, I mean, I think the Kiwi
it's
Skinner
expect-
was like that was like the 1-2 punch that really kind of like made that whole set. If you ask me.
Yeah. And something for you at the end there. F you. All these do seem like, they're like one sets, but they seem like, they'd be a one set from like a regular show.
But they're trying. Look, you see, they're trying hard to write it right because it's like, all right, you have like Dogs, Frasco. They're going out doing their thing, That's great. Cool. So we have the ability to bring the members of their band into whatever we're doing at any time and place that Jeremy is like, oh, hey, let's play this. Greg wants to do this, whatever, right? They kind of just figure it out on the fly. So they have this big talent pool of whatever they want to do. So it's just like, oh, we have all the ammunition and mortar fire we could use, but it's like, all right, how do we use it and then not also blow our load from night to night, like, and make sure that we
Right.
still have more and more. And like, I want to say there's been no repeats, maybe repeats. I don't know, but I feel like it's been limited to. I'd have to go back and double check. So they're trying to do fresh set lists every night, doing something a little bit different, bringing some really creative encores on there, beer, tub thumping, come together. I mean, like, like coming together. Sure, they've done it before at Dome Fest, but that's still fucking great 13-minute jam they did there. So I mean, like, no criticism on that, but I think like, even when you go back to what they did at XL Live with their Backstreet Boys encore, like, all right, we're doing some different stuff. Let them cook. Let them cook.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta think that they all have, like, different catalogs of songs that they like to play and stuff, so and I feel like, Andy Frasco is the one that probably was like, "Let's play Beer." I'm pretty sure they play that
Oh, really?
song,
They do?
and,
Okay.
like, yeah, because like, when the Spafford guy, played with them in Harrisburg, they played that, Down Under song, Spafford
Okay.
does. So he probably, like, when they were jamming, he's like, "I got a song that we
Yeah,
can
we know
play,"
this one. Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, so they probably when, they're doing their jam or something or sound checking and everything, they probably think of what they're gonna encore each
But I
night,
love